you today, Miss Amy?
Blessed.
So I guess we could start with your childhood.
I was had a very abusive relationship with my dad. He had PTSD from the war, but it wasn't diagnosed. He hated me. He just hated me. I was brought up being beaten and strangled unconscious and daily told to kill myself, and I wasn't worth the air I breathed. And it was daily. It was torture. My mom was the child and I was the mom to her. That's the kind of relationship we had. I grew up always searching in men that were just like my father, that were never capable of love, but needing it so desperately. And I always wanted to be the best mother, the best daughter, the best wife, the best everything. I just thought if I tried hard enough, I could get there and that somebody could love me. But I've realized now that that was God that I was searching for the whole time. I didn't turn to God until I was 65 years old because when I looked towards Him, He had my father's face. And the hatred. I I wanted to please Him, but I knew that His love was never meant for me. I was the exception. My parents divorced when I was 8. We first went to live with my mom, who went straight into a second marriage, which was more abusive than the first with my dad. She would have been better off with my dad. And after that, she divorced him after 5 years and gave us all to my dad. And I was the oldest. And I reminded him of my mother. I took on the abuse that my mother suffered. I spent a lifetime of being in trauma because I didn't know any better. And if anybody was kind or loving towards me, I was afraid of them. I felt like an imposter that they would find out what my dad saw in me. So the abuse never stopped. I turned 65 and I thought it was going to be, it was the worst day of my life. I called at 6 in the morning a suicide hotline, but I was desperate, so desperate. And within a few days, my home life got so unbearable that I just, when I could get free, I started walking from home and walked to freedom. I never went back. I never went back. God's been with me every step. He guided every step. I didn't know where I was going, what I was doing. I just heard, put one foot in front of the other. That's all you have to do. And I ended up 19 miles from home before I got rescued. I was in a domestic abuse shelter, and my daughter was getting ready for surgery, and she needed me to help her. And they said, go, because it was dangerous for me to be in the same state as my husband. And that's how I ended up here. So I was driving down 19 and I was scared. And I called out to God. I didn't know what was happening to me, but I remember hearing my own giggle like a child being so delighted. I remember my giggle, and I had always lived with fear and anxiety, and I felt it felt just like anxiety, but the fear was gone. There was no fear. And I was like, could this be love? Is this God? Everything I ever wanted was not from man. No man can love you like God. No man can protect you and want the best for you than God. I couldn't be more grateful. I wake up every morning to the Word of God. I go to bed so grateful to close my eyes. I never knew this kind of life existed for me. And I'm so grateful every minute of the pain I have suffered. I have no bad feelings in me about it. I remember it, but I don't have the anger and the condemnation and the shame anymore. He's taken that from me, and he showed me my true identity in him. My name is Amy McKenna, and it's not about me. It's about God.